Hello and welcome to an RBS University video. I'm Joe Finlayson, and in this video we'll be showing the offset settings in the calibration menu. Here we'll go through what the offset means and the different types of offsets available. So to begin, let's show you where the offsets live. So it's just here in the setup tab, and then you can see the first icon here, which is the calibration. It looks kind of like a protractor tool that you might see an architect use for measuring. So typically you'll see there's three options here. There's the front, back, up, down, and the right, left. So these measurements correspond to an offset of the center of rotation for the camera on the mount you've chosen. For example, if I go to the camera settings button here, and if we just change to a different type of a camera mount, so if we go to a jib here, if I jump back to the calibration, you can see there's lots more offsets now, because the point of rotation has goes a little bit deeper. So you can see there's many different axes to a jib. But let's just quickly jump back to the Furio. So in the Furio, we know that we have a head mounted on a robotic camera, and we're just doing the offsets for the head in this case. Okay, so to delve a little deeper and show you a little bit more of what this means, what we're trying to do is keep the real world camera in line with the virtual camera. So the offsets are as follows here. In the virtual world, the point of rotation is always at the front of the camera where the image is actually made, in the CCD, so that makes things a lot easier in the perfect world. So if I just show you in Unreal, you can see here the point of rotation, the axis is right at the front of the camera. But in our world, in the real world, the point of rotation is measured by where the camera rotates from. So here in this diagram, you can see that the point of rotation is down here where these 2 point dots intersect. So we need to measure from this point of rotation to the CCD. So if I just move on. So what we'd need to do is measure here the up-down. So the up-down represents from the height of the rotation point to the center of the camera. So typically this would be right in the very center of the lens where the CCD lives. And then this can be different on different types of mounts. So for example, this is the Furio here. You can see that the point of rotation is actually above. On the last image it was below. And then we have the front back, which is where the camera is mounted on the footplate. So this can mean that for counterbalance you're not quite in the center of where your point of rotation would be. So from the weight distribution of the counterbalance, this means that your camera could be further forwards or further backwards, so that it sits nice and evenly weighted. So again, from here we're just measuring the distance between the front of the camera back to the point of rotation. So just this small measurement here of the distance. Again, it can be larger depending on how you mount it and the size of your camera. And then the left-right. So the left-right is kind of going in the middle of the camera if you're looking at it from the back. This usually stays at 0, because you normally mount in the center, because again, for weight distribution that would be the best place for it, but not on every mount. So generally we would that value can stay at 0. So if we jump back to UX, you can see, so these are the values here: the up, down, the front, back, and the right, left, or left, right, depending on how you see it. Okay, that pretty much covers this tutorial, and catch me on the next one.